Caitlin Clark's going to be out. All right. There's a lot of people speculating that maybe she won't be back the rest of this year.
Physically grueling, it's mentally taxing, let alone what Caitlin's had to deal with. I think it was great for her to get a break. I think it was great for her body, her mind, her soul probably. And then it was great for her to get in the weight room.
What happens when the superstar every fan came to see suddenly drops out? Caitlin Clark's injury sent shockwaves through the WNBA All-Star game, leaving empty seats, crashing ticket prices, and disappointed fans everywhere. But here's the real question. Can the league survive without her electrifying presence? Let's dive into the shocking aftermath of Clark's decision and what it means for the future of women's basketball. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now back to the video. Imagine this. Caitlin Clark, the face of a new era in basketball, receives 1.29 million fan votes. That's more than most players could dream of, and it set the stage for what should have been a historic WNBA All-Star game.
So she's been pouring into Caitlin Clark. I saw it myself even at Barclays Center before we got here for All-Star, that she took some time to give Caitlin Clark a hug and kind of pour into her. And
priority on her long-term health and well-being. There is no timetable available for her return.
Fans bought tickets in droves, secondary markets were buzzing, and excitement was at an all-time high. Clark was the draw. Then came the announcement she wouldn't be playing due to injury. And just like that, the hype collapsed. The fallout was immediate. Ticket prices on the secondary market plummeted by 48%. Overnight, fans who had spent $121 for standard seats were scrambling to sell them for as low as $64, simply hoping to recoup something. Courtside seats, once listed for over $1,000, were suddenly going for a fraction of the cost. It wasn't just about the money, though. Entire sections in the arena sat empty, a visual reminder of just how much influence Clark's presence held. The atmosphere was flat, the energy missing, as if the soul of the event had left with her absence. But it wasn't just the empty seats.
There's no reason to overdo anything right now. It's been the beginning of the season. Still don't play here for another week, but the last 2 days have been really, really good for myself.
It's Indiana's second to last game of the season. The two teams played at the same venue May 28th. Clark also missed that contest due to injury.
The WNBA had built up this game around Clark in a way that made her the lure for nearly every fan in attendance. Posters, pre-game promos, interviews. It was clear who the spotlight was supposed to be on. Without her, the All-Star game struggled to find a spark. Even the three-point contest, which usually brings out the best sharpshooters, felt dull. The addition of the four-point logo shot, it faded into a gimmick without Clark there to pull it off effortlessly and energize the crowd. Fans didn't hold back online either. Social media lit up with critiques. Many called the gameplay boring, others pointed out the glaring lack of defense, and some posted videos of the nearly silent crowd. It was a hard truth the WNBA couldn't ignore. The league had put so much attention on one player that when she couldn't show up, it left them with nothing to fall back on.
Seriously, she'll be ready for the playoffs. Got to have a team that makes the playoffs first. And frankly, I don't think this team can make the playoffs without her.
They don't know what they don't know. They haven't really been through it. And getting experience on the floor is one thing, but helping them navigate all of the nuance that comes with being, who they are.
And here's the bigger issue. This isn't just about one game. The Clark-centric All-Star meltdown raises a huge question. How can the WNBA build a sustainable model without relying so heavily on just one name? When Caitlin Clark returned from injury in June, the numbers didn't just speak. They screamed. Her games pulled in 2.2 million viewers, a staggering figure for the WNBA. Meanwhile, games she missed during her recovery struggled, with national TV ratings dropping by 55%.
How this is going to affect things, we know. The ratings aren't going to be as high. We just saw that. We just saw what that looked like to the All-Star game.
Kelsey Mitchell, too, her Fever teammate, was saying that it was really great to see Caitlin smile. They, were having a good time and partying here as they were kind of hosting and making sure all the vibes were good here in Indy.
Let that sink in for a second. More than half the audience tuned out when Clark wasn't on the court. On the other hand, this shows just how magnetic she is as a player. But does it highlight a bigger problem for the league? The WNBA's heavy reliance on star power isn't new, but Clark's rapid rise has amplified it to a dangerous level. There's a deep pool of talent across the league. Players like A'ja Wilson, Breanna Stewart, and Jewel Lloyd are dominating stat sheets and creating incredible plays. Yet their impact seems overshadowed by the league's laser focus on marketing a single star at a time. Rivalries between teams aren't talked about much, nor are the narratives around other rising players. It's like all roads lead to Caitlin Clark, and when she's not there, the conversation stops.
Even though this wasn't the weekend she was hoping for, that she felt like she was seen and heard and supported and felt that love from the rest of the All-Star teammates. And I know, too, she's going to be active on the bench tonight.
And part of that, I think, is the coaching situation. I think she can remain in Indiana. I just don't believe the coach can.
Take a step back and compare this to leagues like the NBA or NFL. Sure, they've had their iconic faces, LeBron James, Patrick Mahomes, but their success doesn't hinge on one player turning up. The NBA's magic lies in making fans care about multiple stars, dynamic team rivalries, and drama-filled storylines that span an entire season.
1,250,000 less viewers for the All-Star game with no Caitlin Clark actually playing. People want to see her actually play.
You try different things and see what works well, but I think that's the great thing about our team. We have a lot of depth, so if something's not working in the game, you just go to the next and try something.
In contrast, the WNBA hasn't pushed its depth of talent nearly as hard. What about a competitive, rivalry-driven all-star format instead of a showcase that collapses if one player drops out? What if other players and teams were marketed consistently so fans had more than one reason to watch? The clock is ticking, though. Whether it's building stronger marketing campaigns, highlighting deeper rivalries, or even rethinking how games are structured, the WNBA has to act fast. Caitlin Clark is generational, but no player is invincible. What happens when someone else gets injured or eventually retires? Right now, the league needs to prove that its success isn't tied to just one name. The WNBA's current success feels unstoppable, but it's walking a tightrope.
Sandy Brondello said, hey, she can do as much coaching as she wants. This is, something that she has already kind of done with the Fever when she's been sidelined, and she can do it further now.
The way she was walking and moving All-Star week gave me hope for her. It wasn't a lot worse and a season-ending thing. They have to be smart, though.
Without Caitlin Clark, the All-Star game was revealed for what it really is without its biggest draw, a product that still has a long way to go before it can stand on its own. She's not just a player, she's the engine driving viewership, ticket sales, and excitement. But relying so heavily on one star comes with risks. What happens if Clark misses more games or eventually steps away from the league? If the WNBA doesn't invest in promoting its broader talent, its current momentum could fade fast. What do you think? What's the first step the league should take to future-proof itself? Share your thoughts below.